All right, guys. Back again with another reaction. I'm excited today because I'm doing Jelly Roll. And the reason I'm so stoked is because, well, I can't really say that I know Jelly Roll, but I did open up for him at a show one time. And if you stick around to the end of the video, I might just tell you a little bit about that. I'll give you the story. But today we've got Jelly Roll. The song's called Hands Up. It's his newest track. We're going to check it out together and see what it's all about. With that being said, let's check out the video. Here we go.
Let me take you back in time, just climbing my DeLorean. Nashville 99, we stood in line and started pouring in. That concert in the dark off Rosa Parks, that auditorium was church for me, yeah, I believe. The first time I was born again was killing in the name Bulls on Parade, G8 packed in the pit. Me and all those people called nothing but trouble kids. If there was ever a fire in me, yeah, that's the night I got it lit. I knew who I was born to be when he said, everybody get your hands up. Everybody put your hands up. If you ain't perfect but you try, put them way up to the sky. Touching heaven kinda high. Ain't that where we wanna go when we die? Oh.
Okay. Wow. So far, man, his vocals already, it's a little bit more raspy than what I've heard on a lot of other tracks. But it's a really good vibe, really happy vibe. So yeah, there's like a lot lyrically going on here, and I was really trying to listen to the vibe and the lyrics at the same time. So let's just back it up a little bit. Let's listen to that again. Here we go.
Let me take you back in time, just climbing my DeLorean. Nashville 99, we stood in line and started pouring in. That concert in the dark off Rosa Parks, that auditorium was church for me, yeah, I believe. The first time I was born again was killing in the name Bulls on Parade, G8 packed in the pit. Me and all those people called nothing but trouble kids. If there was ever a fire in me, yeah, that's the night I got it lit. I knew who I was born to be when he said, everybody get your hands up.
Okay, I get it now. Yeah, he's just kind of reminiscing, man. It's very nostalgic of his younger days. Going to rock shows, man. Bulls on Parade. You know, if you know, you know. That's Rage Against the Machine. It really gives me that feeling of when you're younger, kind of the first time you get like a taste of, some kind of rock and roll or something that really just kind of lights a fire in you, and just kind of reminiscing on that. That's kind of what I'm getting from it. And I love that. And then kind of bringing it back around in the chorus, put your hands up. Just kind of that music vibe, going to a show when you're younger. I mean, we all remember that, right? Hopefully you're somebody who has seen at least one show in your life that really kind of changed you. But through the midst of all the stuff that he's going through, I'm really glad to see him come out with a song that's like really positive vibes, man. Just like, life and growing up, listening to rock and roll, going to shows. That's the vibe I'm getting. So let's continue.
Everybody put your hands up. If you ain't perfect but you try, put them way up to the sky. Touching heaven kinda high. Ain't that where we wanna go when we die?
Okay.
Oh, 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 oh. Just put your hands up. Everybody put your hands up.
Put your hands up.
Let's take it down there south of town. I'm 22, up to no good. Dressed in black, I broke the glass to take back the bag of grass they took. That story ends against the fence right in that dead-end neighborhood. Cops told me what I told them when he said, boy, you better put your hands up.
Okay. All right. Putting the spin on it now. That's really cool, man. Yeah, just reminiscing about being young, making mistakes, doing dumb stuff, doing what we all do, really. I mean, not all of us, if you're a freaking square. Most of us do a lot of dumb stuff when we're young. We get into some bad situations, and we can always look back on it fondly. And now I'm starting to see that that's what this song is about, man. Like, just, it started off with the kind of thinking about when you were younger, getting that first taste of rock and roll, just that fire that it sets in you. And then with that second verse, you know, bringing it around to being young, making dumb mistakes, being a kid, being a teenager or whatever. And then I like how he spun it because, like, the first time it's like talking about a concert, right? Like, put your hands up or whatever. But, in the second verse at the end of it, we're bringing it around to, like, a situation with a cop or something. They took his grass, and, put your hands up, stick them up, right? So this is cool, man. This is cool. This is different than what I've heard from Jelly Roll before. I don't really know what it is yet, but there's just something about his vocals I like better on this. I've always been a fan of Jelly Roll because he was really kind and really cool to me when I played that show with him. Jelly Roll just brings people together. And I think that's what's so great about him, man. And it really shows that, like, music speaks louder than just, like, how talented you are, um, how technical you are. You know what I mean? Like, music carries a message, and I think he's the embodiment of that, man. Like, if you've ever seen him when he, like, wins a Grammy or something, man, and he gets up on stage and he's just preaching, man, and it's so inspiring. And I just love this dude, man. So let's proceed.
Everybody put your hands up. If you ain't perfect, but you try, put 'em way up to the sky. Touching heaven kinda high. Ain't that where we wanna go when we die? Oh, 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 oh. Just put your hands up. Everybody put your hands up. All that stops at Little Cross I came across some years ago. Coming down and hiding out back there on that old Sinners Row. The devil on my shoulder finally found him somewhere else to go. I never did believe in ghosts till the Holy One told me to throw my hands up. Oh Lord, I threw my hands
Oh,
up.
Jelly.
Put your hands up. Everybody put your hands up. If you ain't perfect, but you try, put 'em way up to the sky. Touching heaven kinda.
Woo! Come on.
Ain't that where we wanna go when we die? Oh, 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 oh. Just put your hands up. Everybody put your hands up.
Okay, that's not what I wanted to do here, okay? But that one got me. I'm not gonna lie, man. He did it again, okay? The first verse, put your hands up in the context of a live concert. The second verse, put your hands up in the context of the cops being arrested. And I was not expecting it, man. But in the third, well, just that last movement, I'll say, put your hands up in a spiritual way. Okay, dude, that I was not expecting that, man. That got to me, man. That spoke to my soul a little bit. I ain't even gonna lie to you. If you're somebody who has a rough past and you've been through some stuff, there's no way you can't feel that. Wow. I just can't help it, man. That touched me, dude. That touched my soul. It warmed my soul. And, little moments like that is what I'm glad to have on this channel, man, because we're all we're all living this life, man, and we've all been through stuff, and music brings people together, and that's what he's doing, man. And if you can't see that, it's just so powerful. And what's crazy is as loved and cherished as Jelly Roll is, there's still so many people who are going to talk smack about his past. Leave the dude alone, man. Your life ain't perfect. My life definitely ain't perfect. I've done a lot of bad things, man. I've made amends, and that's what life is about, learning and growing. And I just love how he brings that to the music and a way that feels so relatable. Like he's not hiding from anybody. He's not hiding his past from nobody. He's not trying to be somebody he's not. And I think that that's what's so attractive right now to a lot of people is just authenticity. Someone being real. We're all so sick of people being fake online. And when you see somebody who just like really brings their real life and just authenticity to the table, we can all relate. And I think that that's where it's going, man. I think that's where music's going. I think that's where content, YouTube is going. People want real. We got all this AI stuff going on, and people are getting sick of it. You know, it has its uses, it's cool, but we all want to feel the human spirit in whatever we're consuming. Jelly Roll is bringing that to the table, man. He's bringing the human spirit and he's letting it ring, dude. And I am so here for it. That was just beautiful. Sorry, I had to take a little break. Old dad had to urinate real quick, but anyway, as promised, you know, I'm gonna share a little bit about my experience with Jelly Roll. And this is a story I'll probably get into more depth at some point on this channel, and it's something I'll talk about. And it's a pretty cool experience in my life. You know, a few years ago, probably 3 or 4 years ago, there's a dude in Kentucky who won American Idol. His name's Noah Thompson, a really good friend of mine. Love the dude. And we kind of got hooked up. You know, I made some videos for YouTube, guitar stuff. And long story short, we got hooked up. You know, he was doing this really big thing. And I got involved very early on with him when he was still on the show, pretty much right after his audition. And week after week, kept watching him, you know, go on through to the next week and the next week. And he ended up winning the show. Dude's like about an hour 45 from here where I live. I live in Mount Sterling, Kentucky. And, you know, I played for him for a little while, played electric guitar for him. We played this show in Catlettsburg, Kentucky. That's in the Ashland area. It's at this place. It's like an ATV off-road park, and they have this whole thing over there. Rush and Rowdy, Rush Cartel. Shout out to Steven Newsom who put it on. We played this show, right? Me, Arthur Johnson, the guy who signed Noah up for American Idol. That's a whole other thing. Go check it out. And Noah. And then we opened up for people like Cletus T. Judd, Struggle Jennings, and then, of course, Jelly Roll, who was the headliner. It's an awesome show, man. Out in this big ravine in the middle of nowhere, thousands of people. Listen, you know, I'd been waiting all my life to play in front of that many people. Thousands and thousands of people. It was awesome, man. I went up there. We didn't really have a whole lot of time to rehearse. You know, I'm like an improv musician. I can kind of go on the fly. So we got up there, did sound check, man, and we absolutely rocked it, man. It was so much fun. And when our set was done, Jelly Roll come out. He had the mic. He kind of shoulder bumped, man. He's like, man, that guy was tearing it up on the guitar. And never forget it, man. A super cool moment that I'll always remember. But I can't forget how cool he was, man, like backstage and stuff. We got to hang out and just kind of party and drink a little bit. You know, he probably doesn't remember me, but I remember him. You know, it was just such a beautiful moment because I got up there, and you know, I'm nobody special, man. I'm not famous. I'm really nobody. I'll never forget what that day meant to me because my parents were there and my sister was there rooting for me. And, you know, when I got off stage, I went and talked to them. It just really made me feel like all those years, all those hours of me practicing guitar in my bedroom actually meant something. You know, they actually got to see me do something cool with it. And I'll just never forget that moment, man. It was a really defining moment in my life. My parents and my sister like told me they were proud of me. And it wasn't because I was going to work and, doing the thing that we all have to do. It was because of my talent and what I worked so hard for. Listening to this new track and thinking back on that day, man, like this just brings me so much joy. And uh, I'm rooting for Jelly Roll, man. I know he's got a lot of stuff going on in his personal life. I'm just excited to see where it goes, man. And, uh, I'm glad you guys tuned in to watch the video. But I'm going to sign off. It's been fun. And we'll see you next time.